What up? It's Snowflake. I'm going to show you what not to do in Final Cut Pro 7 when editing a live cut or a line cut and you have the other camera angles available. So when we film live events, we not only capture the footage, capture what is being filmed on each camera individually, but we also capture a live cut or what we call a line cut. And that is what has been put together by the director. He's choosing the different camera angles, and then we have that as our basis of our final product. The editor's job is to go through that, make sure there weren't any mistakes. If there were, take them out, and do that by replacing those mistakes with a better camera angle. Now sometimes what will happen is the editor says, okay, on the line cut, currently camera 2 is live, but I'd like camera 3 to be live. So he brings camera 3 in, and then he notices, oh, on the line cut, it's now switched to camera 3. So I'm going to end that clip on my sequence of camera 3 and let it just continue over into the line cut, and I'll continue reviewing. I'm going to show you why not to do that and how to do it correctly. And I'm also going to show you what exactly I mean. Okay, so currently on the line cut right here is camera angle, I think that's 2 that's live. Right, so I'm going to show you the mistake that I found that I don't like.
I'm in the business of helping people make little...
So, there was a gain change. Basically, the camera boosted the gain, and that's seen on the line cut. I don't want that to be seen in the final product, so I'm going to get rid of it. Also, she's not facing the camera, so I want to go to the camera angle that she's facing. So I'm going to do that by going to camera angle 3. Alright? So I'm going to go along, and camera angle 3 is going to be live. I've made that as I've made that decision as the editor. And I'm going to get down to a point where if I continue to watch the line cut, the director finally switches over to camera 3. Cool. So the mistake that some editors make is they go, all right, good. So I'm going to cut that. I'm going to activate it and drop it down here. And I'll let the line cut continue on whatever decisions the director made. And that is true. We want to go with what decisions the director made. But when we're exporting, we can't have this be the case. We can't have 2 different sources be back-to-back. So we've got camera 3 back-to-back with the line cut, even though it is camera 3. And the reason why is they're not always identical. They're different sources, different recorded sources. So when we export it, there might be like a little twitch, you know, looks kind of weird, especially when someone's watching it and all of a sudden stuff starts shaking, right? So the way we get around that is we actually have to replace whatever camera angle was in the line cut all the way to the end of that point. So when the director decided to go to a different camera angle, that's where our isolated camera angle stops. And then we can continue reviewing the line cut. And I'll show you what I mean as well. I've already made that cut. Goes on down here. Camera 3 is live.
Dreams come true.
All the way down to this point, and then it switches over back to camera 2. So what I can do is I can activate camera 3 and drop this in here. Now if I wanted camera 3 to continue going, and I can make that decision as the editor, then that's what I would do. I would let it extend on further until I wanted to switch to a different camera angle. But camera angle 2 on the line cut looks good, and the decision to keep that as the live camera was right because she's facing that camera. So that's where I'm going to end camera 3. My phone's buzzing. So that is actually what is the proper way to do it. So now camera 3 is covering not only the mistake that happened on camera 2, but now it is covering all the way, all the time that camera 3 was live on the line cut. And that way when we export, there's no weird jump. You can't see where there's a cut between camera 3, the isolated angle, and camera 3 on the line cut. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, make sure to like the video and comment on the video, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then check back later for more tutorials and tips on Final Cut Pro 7, Apple Motion, and Compressor. Thanks a lot.